Okay, let's talk about something that affects every single one of us, your bank account. And I'm going to ask a question that might make you a little uncomfortable. Just how safe is the money you've worked so hard for? We're about to break down the hidden risks and the protections you absolutely need to know.
Seriously, just picture it for a second. You wake up, you check your balance, and it's zero. Nothing. No warning, no alert, just gone. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, for thousands of Ghanaians, this wasn't a bad dream. It was devastatingly real. 9. That's the number I want you to remember. Between 2017 and 2019, that nightmare scenario we just talked about, it happened to the customers of 9 different banks.
That's right, 9 licensed banks just collapsed, right here in Ghana. People's life savings vanished. Businesses destroyed, literally overnight. This wasn't some ancient history lesson, it was a painful wake-up call that showed just how fragile things can be.
And, this whole thing was a massive wake-up call for the country. And the lessons from it are more important today than ever before. Because if you want to protect yourself, you first have to understand why it all happened in the first place.
So this wasn't some random market crash or an act of God. It came down to something much more troubling, really poor management and, get this, insider lending. Just think about that. You had people in charge giving out these huge, risky loans to their friends who, shocker, often never paid them back. They were literally gambling with your money. It's a stark reminder that just because a bank looks solid on the outside doesn't mean everything's safe on the inside.
So that leads to the big question, right? If a bank can actually fail, what on earth happens to your money? Is there any kind of safety net? It's a question most of us never even think to ask, but the answer is absolutely critical.
And the answer is, yes, there is. It's called the Ghana Deposit Protection Corporation, or GDPC. Now, the best way to think of it is like a financial seatbelt. You hope you never ever need it, but if you do, you're incredibly glad it's there. Its whole job is to protect your savings if a licensed bank goes down. So how much does this seatbelt protect? Well, the magic number is 50,000 Ghana cedis. That's what the GDPC covers. And the key detail here is that it's per person, per licensed bank. So if you have 50,000 or less in an account at a licensed bank, your money is protected.
But here's the catch, and it is a huge one. This protection only applies to properly licensed banks and institutions. You know those investment schemes promising the moon, or even some microfinance companies? A lot of them are not covered. If they go under, the GDPC can't help you, and your money could be gone for good. You have to know the difference.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the account most of us use every single day, mobile money. I mean, for millions of us, MoMo isn't just for transfers, it's our digital wallet, our primary bank. So how safe is it really?
Well, here's the good news. Your MoMo balance is actually protected by a really smart rule from the Bank of Ghana. The telcos, by law, have to keep all our money, the customer funds, in separate trust accounts at licensed commercial banks. What that means is, even if the telco itself ran into trouble, your money is safe and sound, tucked away. It belongs to you, not them.
But, and this is a big but, the number one threat to your MoMo isn't the company collapsing. It's this: fraud. SIM swapping, fake texts, those clever scams, that's the real, everyday danger to your mobile money.
This means you have to be your own security guard. And look, here are 3 super simple things you can do, like right now, to lock down your MoMo. First, put a PIN lock on your actual SIM card. Second, and this should be obvious, but it's the most important, never ever share your PIN, not with your cousin, not with anyone. And third, go into your settings and set limits on how much can be sent out at one time.
Okay, so all of this brings us to the core strategy. It's time to stop just hoping for the best and start actively building your own financial defense system.
I love this analogy. Think about your money like you're managing a football team. You wouldn't put all 11 players in goal, would you? Of course not. That would be insane. You need defenders, you need midfielders, and you need attackers, each with a very specific job. Your money works exactly the same way.
Let's break down the positions on your team. Your defense, this is for maximum safety. Your rock-solid players could be something like treasury bills, since they're backed by the government. Your midfield, these are your workhorses for daily life. That's your MoMo wallet or your current account. And your attackers, these are for long-term growth, the ones scoring the goals. That's things like stocks or your pension. Each part of the team has a vital role.
And let's be really clear about this. Diversification, just spreading your money around, isn't some fancy strategy for rich investors. In the world we live in now, it's a fundamental safety strategy for absolutely everyone.
The biggest risk you can take is having all your financial eggs in one single basket.
So how do you avoid those risky baskets to begin with? You need to learn how to spot the red flags, how to see trouble coming before you hand over a single CD.
So what should you be looking for? First, are they promising you insane returns, like 30% or 40% a year with no risk? That is a giant red flag. Second, are they pushing you to recruit your friends and family? And, maybe the most important one, if you ever have trouble getting your own money out when you need it, that's not just a red flag, that's a 5-alarm fire. Get out.
And here it is, the single most powerful thing you can do before you trust anyone with your money. Take 2 minutes. That's it, just 2 minutes, and go to the Bank of Ghana's website. They have a public list of every single licensed institution. Check the list. That simple check could save you from years of heartbreak.
So, we'll leave you with this question. Is your financial security built on hope, or is it built on knowledge? Knowing the risks, understanding the protections, and having a smart strategy, that's how you really take control. The choice, well, that's up to you.